Perchance to die? No, McFly. Chuck Season 5 will be televised! Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of Chuck, starting with, you know him as Rain from Earth, Fire, Wind, and Rain, and he can make the ingredients of any Subway sandwich sound oh so delicious. He's Big Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Christopher Lawrence. He's a competent videographer, and he's an Ace of Base superfan. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Jeff Barnes, Scott Krinsky. All right, he's got a fat stack burning a hole in his crotch, and he's everyone's favorite Saskatchewan Hindu. It's Lester Patel, Vic Sahay. Next up, he's got some great financing deals if you're interested in a 2011 Toyota Sienna. And his spy name is Six Pack. He's, of course, Captain Awesome, Devin Woodcock. Next up, what's going on there, Case Logic? Dana's daughter at your peril. He's Colonel John Casey, now formerly of the CIA. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Baldwin. Cast member, but she's the giant blonde she-male of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, Yvonne Strahovski. He's the magnet, and now he's also known as the Intersect. It's Morgan Grimes, Joshua Gomez. You know him as either Chuck Bartowski, as Charles Carmichael, or even as the Schnook. He's the star of Chuck and the king of Comic-Con, Zachary Levi! Makes it all happen, the executive producer and co-creator of Chuck, Mr. Chris Vidak. All right, guys, we're going to leave plenty of time for fan questions, so when we say the magic word, which will be Tangiers, you run to the microphone, and one by one we'll get as many questions in as possible. Let's start off, guys, with obviously things managed to come down to the wire again, but you're able to go out on your own terms with Season 5. Chris, Zach, everyone, talk about what it's like to be able to go out on your own terms.
It's amazing. I mean, in network television, you don't always get the chance to write your own ending. I mean, Alf was captured by the bad guys, and we don't know what happened to him because he got canceled. So for our show, I'm going to talk about Alf a lot today.
Maybe you could wrap Alf up in Season 5?
Yeah, we'll wrap it. But no, it's amazing. It's amazing to write your own, amazing, big ending, and it's like we're really excited about it. The writers are really excited, and the cast of the challenge of like closing out this story in a really amazing and spectacular way. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And how about for you, Zach?
I think I've talked to some of you guys before about, it's definitely a mixed bag of feelings, and it's a little bittersweet for sure, but I think that there's a huge blessing in that we get to we get one more crack. You know, we get one more season where we all get to hang out and have a lot of fun and bring you guys the best show that, you know, we can make, and we get to say goodbye to each other, and we get to say goodbye to you, and that's a really rare thing in television these days. So thank you guys so much.
Josh, you're the intersect now. What's going on?
Holy crap.
Let's talk about the character and sort of where is he going? How does he react to being the intersect? It sounds like he's going to have a blast.
Yeah, I think in true Morgan Grimes fashion, he's it's full steam ahead. I think unlike Chuck, where he was sort of, you know, he actually thought things through and cared about the welfare of other human beings. Morgan just wants to, you know, hurt people with kung fu, take revenge. So no, I'm very excited. I'm scared to death. I saw the early schedule. I have your schedule. It's frightening. It's like, oh my God, I don't have a home life. No, I couldn't be more excited, and I just want to make sure you guys, I hope you guys enjoy it, and just bring some funny goofiness to the Intersect project, which was, I think, what it was designed for originally, was to provide laughter. So we'll see. So far, not so good.
That's where the writers come in. So what happens with Chuck? I mean, is he okay with not being the intersect anymore? Can he be a spy without the Chuck Fu? What's going on with him this season?
I wouldn't say he's like totally 100% okay. Like that was the perfect solution for him. I think he definitely at the beginning of our season wants the intersect. You know, he wants those powers. I mean, once you have those abilities, it's kind of hard to say goodbye to them, especially when your best friend now has them. But this season is very much about the fact that this is back to basics for Chuck. You know, we've always enjoyed the fact that for our show, Chuck's solutions, the way he gets out of problems are how he thinks it through. You know, he figures out the clever solution. And so for this season, we wanted to get back to that. Like, we wanted to say, well, what happens when you take away Superman's cape? You know, what happens then? And then Chuck has to be far greater now. And so it's very much still the Chuck show. It's very much about him coming up with those clever, smart solutions and getting out of trouble, and you know, always having to be the real guy, and also be a real spy now, you know, without the superpowers.
So Yvonne, you got to kick some ass quite a bit, obviously in the Thailand episode, the Phase 3 episode. What are you looking forward to doing in this final season? And how has Sarah evolved now that she's married? What do you hope for your character?
Well, I think first of all, I'm looking forward to taking a bit of a break now that Joshy here is going to take up most of the limelight. So yeah, but I don't know. I hope I get to kick some more ass. I love that Thailand episode. That was one of my favorite things ever to do that ring. It was awesome. So part 2, yeah.
And going down the line, Adam, we're hearing talk that.
Thank you.
We hear Colonel Casey may get a new love interest this season. Is it time for the good Colonel to find true love? What's going on there?
Define true. The talking points here that I've been sort
Adam just broke out.
talking points. Season 5 talking points. Just want to make sure I get this right. Don't give any. What he's not allowed to say. I perused them earlier, and I'm just sort of reflecting upon. So something about Casey has either met his match or his love match. What's her name?
Her name is Gertrude Verbansky.
Gertrude Verbansky.
And the fun part of this season is that Chuck is now running his own company. It's, you know, Carmichael Industries, and so essentially they have, unlike General Beckman getting on the mic, Carmichael Industries.
I approve.
And their big competition is Verbansky Corporation, which is the best private spy company in the world. And so we have a lot of fun this year with not only the competition but the romantic competition that happens between
Have
the
you
two
done the
companies.
casting yet?
We're working on it.
Do you have any suggestions as to
Oh,
who you
yeah.
would like to have that part?
Are those casting sessions, is there room for one more?
How about Betty White for Gertrude? Hashtag Betty White for Gertrude.
Chris, I do hear you have some other casting news, though. What can you share for the next season?
We do. We have, in our first episode coming back, like any Chuck episode, it's jam-packed with stuff, and we have a couple of villains, and I'm very excited that we have, we just cast the first villain, and it'll be played by Mark Hamill. I got to talk to Luke Skywalker on the phone. It was like the most amazing thing. It's just fantastic. That's the fun of the show. I mean, it's just like, I get to meet all my favorite things.
Who is going to be the baddie this year? Who are they going to be fighting? Is it going to be the CIA, perhaps?
The CIA is definitely, this year when you go into private business, the CIA doesn't always, love that idea. So the team will definitely be kind of running afoul of some of the people that they worked for in the past. But we have a couple big bad guys, some stuff that we don't want to quite reveal quite yet. But it's definitely going to become. I mean, the show is still a spy show, and there's still a big mythology that we're just kind of. We're going to change up a lot of the things that we think about the show now. A lot of the things that are the givens. By the end of this year, will be changed, and we'll have a new perspective on things. So it's going to be it's a lot of big reveals.
But you are going to find a way to have Beckman come back and
yes, yeah. Benita's still very much a part of the show, and yeah.
So, Mr. Awesome. Obviously, your character in Ellie had a big life change with the baby, but also toward the end of the season, you were kind of starting to gravitate back towards Chuck's world. Where do you see you guys heading, Devin and Ellie, this season?
Well, I've had a lot of ideas and notes that I've been giving Feedak during the hiatus, and this is where I see us going, Feedak. Well, first of all, let's talk about the new Intersect. I wish we had a montage of pictures of how his hair has morphed from the original Morgan that I knew and loved to now his hair is starting to become like Captain Awesome's. And it's a little disturbing to me. Besides, not only that, but the fact that we're going to be dealing with a romance for Adam Baldwin. I don't know if there's much room for Awesome in this show anymore between his hair and Baldwin here, his romance. It sounds like there is. That's just horrible.
That wasn't blatant at all, Ryan.
No, I hope that there's, with Baby Claire, obviously, the stakes are really high, so it'd be very selfish for me to get into the spy world without there being an absolute need. And I think our writers do a great job of, when I do get into the spy world, there's that need for me to be there to be of some service. So, who knows what it'll be? They don't tell me much because they know I'll spill all the secrets to you guys. So.
We should add, by the way, that Sarah Lancaster couldn't make it, but she obviously sends her regrets. Apparently, you're killing her off in episode 1. She's not happy. Not happy at all.
I don't think that would go over very well.
Don't get them in an uproar. They will turn on us quickly.
So, the Buy More guys, what's going on? There's yet another new owner for the Buy More. Where does that put Big Mike? Where does that put Jeffster?
Do you want us to answer in unison? I've said this before, but you could address us individually and by our actor's name.
You don't have a complex.
We feel that we would like Spy World, us, we, us, singing is tough, we. I didn't even get a microphone, that's how respected I am.
Hey, at least yours is some fireworks in the Jeffster relationship, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah?
I just hope, and Chris, maybe you can address this a little bit, that I get some scenes this season in the actual show. I don't know if that's where we're going with the character.
Without me, you want things without me.
Good. Chris, you have teased Jeff versus Lester. Can you elaborate on that?
this is the season where it all falls apart between Jeff and Lester. We're going to see a great war. A war between these two men. And it's going to be very dramatic. And like I said, this is the season where everything changes. So it's like there's a lot of big things coming their way. And it's gonna be very dramatic. The buying war, because like Chuck owns the buying war now. So it's like that part of the it's like when the spy company isn't successful, there's only one profit, there's only one part of the business that's actually making a profit. So the buying war is very important. So we have a lot of really exciting things there.
Jeffster's like Sonny and Cher. We cannot break them up and break everybody's hearts. Let's just keep them together.
All right.
It worked out so well for Sonny and Cher.
We only got 2 Jeffster numbers last season. Are they going to go out with a bang, or what's?
I think they'll go out with a bang, a very big bang. We'll definitely do another Jeffster before the end of the year.
Will all the people on this stage live?
I don't know. Someone might not survive the season. Someone might not survive the season. And it's going to be big.
You could say spoiler alert before you do that. All right, Tangier, start lining up, people. We're going to get ready for some questions from the audience. Before we do that, though, let's go down the line. I want to hear how everyone wants the show to end, starting with Zach.
Awesomely.
I don't.
Well, geez, pressure, one-worded answers. I better come up with a good one-worded answer. I don't have one. I don't know, do I really have a say in how the show ends? No, so Adam.
With the death of Vic.
I don't need you.
Just kidding. No. Here's my real answer. Here's my real answer. Here's my real answer. I love you. We have to have a set scapegoat, and Vic's perfect target. He's lovable. The most innocent person on the entire set should be the set scapegoat. During a show I did before, we had a girl named Summer that was a set scapegoat. Vic is our Summer. I'm still not convinced it will end this year. But I speculate on things a lot, so take that for what it's worth.
I would like a feature trilogy, much like Lord of the Rings.
Thank you for the microphone. We feel Spy World plus us feel Spy World. At least for Lester, I'll say this, that I do want his character, like Willem Dafoe's character at the end of Platoon, to go out with a glorious death. Preferably in slow-mo.
I think there needs to be like a baby Jeffster by the end of the show to carry on the Jeffster legacy.
How on earth would that happen?
Not our baby.
Please always clarify.
They need to have some one-night stands at Bennigan's and create some baby Jeffsters.
With others.
With others. Exactly. I don't know who would give birth to that baby anyways.
Just stop talking now.
Scott and Lester to block.
Big Mike.
I think as with the show thus far, I think it should end funny.
All right, let's open it up for the audience. We got some questions out there?
Hello. My question is for Adam Baldwin and Josh Gomez. I'm wondering, what chance do we have? Oh, that's right.
Welcome to our world.
What chance do we have, if, you know, it all ends this season, of getting a spin-off, kind of Odd Couple-esque with Casey and Morgan?
The really odd couple?
Are we really that different? No, we just act differently. We just act different. We're really the same. We're, you know, nice, good-hearted family men. That's it. Yeah, we're just caring about everyone else. I think we don't want to even address that divisive question before this panel. We'll talk backstage. Yeah, I mean, this is a chunk panel. We don't want to talk about the odd couple case. But it is happening. We're not going to talk about it. But it's in the works. We all.
You guys don't want to be Joey from Friends, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, you guys love Joey? Come on.
That's why we call him Awesome. That's why he's Mr. Awesome.
Next question.
All right, hey guys, this question is actually on behalf of Zachary Levi fan, or Haley.
Oh, nice.
And I'm live casting it now. Zach, she wanted to know what your favorite memory is from the show.
God, it's really tough because I feel like we've had so many, either making the show or all the things that come with the show, like being able to be here at San Diego Comic-Con for now our 5th season. Honestly, I would have to say that. I'd have to say being down here our first year and being so grateful that San Diego Comic-Con even invited us down. Because honestly, I think Josh and I talked about it. We were like, how did we squeeze in that? How do we do that? How do we? And but I think the show had enough of a sci-fi component that it worked and it fit. And then obviously you guys really, you know, you believed in us and you believed in it. And having 2,000 people be at a showing of a pilot that you know, nobody had even heard of really at that point. And obviously all 2,000 were Firefly fans because Adam was there. But you know, I look back on that moment and honestly, it's really kind of amazing, just the emotional roller coaster. And I feel like we're kind of bookending it right now. And I was standing right there and I was watching everybody, you know, watch. Well, it wasn't the same ballroom. It was a slightly smaller one, but just watching everybody enjoy it. We got a standing ovation and started crying. I was like, what am I doing? I'm such a sap, but this is awesome. So that's probably the best. And hi, Haley, I love you so much, and thank you for all your hard work.
Zach, is everyone allowed, if they see you on the floor, to give you a hug? Is that...
Oh, hugs are free, but... yeah, but free high fives all weekend long.
Next question, please.
My question's for Ryan and Chris. Ryan, you came to the UK recently. We spoke about the development of Captain Awesome's character. You remember? It's not quite so awesome as he used to be. And you reacted quite strongly to that and actually picked up your phone and called Chris and left a voicemail.
I was a little inebriated. I have to apologize for that 3 in the morning phone call, Mr. Fedak. I love my character. Anything you do with it is okay by me.
I'm glad I recognized your voice because you're on my phone. That's amazing. But here's the thing about Captain Awesome this year, kind of like going back to the basics of the show, is that this year, Ellie knows about Chuck's spy life, so it's much more of a family business. So, Awesome and Ellie are definitely going to be a big factor in what happens on the spy side of the story, not just the home life this year. So that's a big deal.
Cool. Will we see more of Bartowski, by the way? Is that? I know. I'm parched. Are we going to see Linda Hamilton come back at all?
I'd love to have Linda back for the show. We're currently still, break in the second half of the season, but Linda was great. And it would be great to bring her back, and it wouldn't be the show without Mom Bartowski coming back one more time.
Next question.
Hi, my question is for the whole cast. I would like to know what your favorite stunt scene was to film.
I liked falling off a balcony with Adam into a pool. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, and actually that whole sequence was the first of 2 Emmys that Mary Yonka, our stunt coordinator, won for the show, and the only Emmys that we've won. So we were really proud of those. Really proud of those.
Mine are 2. I have the Thailand episode, of course, was 1, and then the catwalk fight scene with Carolina was kick-ass too.
Mine was when Zach fell off the roof and I caught him one-armed. I mean, that was a tough one, but we pulled it off. That took a few rehearsals. We had little pads down below for rehearsals, but we went without the pads this time. We finally shot it. It's pretty amazing.
My Pulp Fiction homage when I stabbed Brendan Ralph in the heart with the needle to revive him. That was pretty awesome.
Mine was, oh, you're right.
I think mine was just one of the many times I passed out.
We only had 3, so I liked them all. Knocking out Patrick Kilpatrick, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then sliding across the counter.
We also had a great tackle in the Santa Claus, the Christmas episode.
Oh, that was cool. I like that one too, apparently.
Next question, please.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
It's my first Comic-Con. This is making it awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. This question's for Yvonne. My friend told me girls find American accents sexy, especially the ones that are from Australia. Is this true for you? And if so, should I move to Australia?
Did you say that who finds American accent sexy?
My friend and I were talking. He told me that Australian girls find American accents sexy.
Oh.
Is it?
Okay, the lines for creepy questions are actually there.
Answer it. Answer that question.
You should go to Australia. Why not? Give it a shot, I'd say. Give it a go.
All right, next question, please.
So my question is for, well, anyone who can answer it. Is this season going to explain the reason why Chuck's brain's so special? Because it seems other people are getting the intersect pretty easily. And I was just wondering if you're going to explain the science behind it or
Well, let's put it this way.
We can have him kill it.
We're gonna see. We are gonna see. I don't want to give away the story. No. But what we're gonna do is that. Listen. Different people can have it, but everybody behaves differently when they have it. It affects them in different ways. So you're gonna realize that. I don't want to ruin things, but let's put it this way. By the 3rd episode, Morgan will have frosted his tips. So it does affect people in different ways.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with frosting your tips.
I am excited to see Josh's flash face. Have you practiced your flash face? Can you give us a demonstration?
Let's see it.
No, I can't. I don't want to. That's such a big spoiler. No,
you can start chanting flash, flash, flash.
No, just. God, people. I actually literally went into the writer's room and was like, you know, this one question. Do I have to do it exactly like Zach, the flash face? Because I've seen some people have a degree of difficulty trying to, I don't know where he came up with it, but it is not, he couldn't just do this. You might see a little. You do it.
Side by side!
Let's see me do it enough. You do the flash face. Just real quick.
Next question.
Okay, my question's for Scott and Vic. With the impending ending, I'd like to see a greatest hits of Jeff DVD, maybe even a world tour. What are the possibilities?
Absolutely, done.
We're going to your country first. Could there ever be a spin-off of some sort? Movie? What's sort of the afterlife of Chuck?
You know, definitely. I mean, I think that we always love the idea of like that our show is like no matter what, there's always a continuing adventure. And I think that's a great thing is that we've had to build all of our finales in such a way so that we can, in theory, continue the story. But I always loved the idea that the end of the show is really just a prologue for another adventure. So the fact that there could be a Casey and Morgan, half hour, odd couple show is fantastic. And that's the great thing about our cast actually is that they're so fantastic that there really could be a Captain Awesome television show, and there should be. And that's the greatest challenge for us as writers is actually to still try to put it all into 43 minutes of television when you have such a fantastic cast that you want to write for every week. So it's like, there's definitely, there's so many different TV shows. It's like Chuck is a fusion of a whole bunch of TV shows all put together, and that's what we love about it. It's also the greatest challenge of it, too.
So in other words, we got to still eat all those Subway sandwiches.
Yes, keep eating Subway.
Next question.
I just wanted to know how much each of you had input for the development of your characters.
Very little.
I think we all had a lot actually. When you do a pilot episode of any television show, excuse me. We only had Chris and Josh. We didn't have a whole room full of writers. It was just these guys. It was their baby and their brainchild, and they were with us every day. The pilot took about a month or so to shoot. I mean, it was a long time, and we were with them every day, and we were going over different moments and beats and relationships and things. So they really listened to us, and we really listened to them, and you kind of come together and you birth these characters. So I felt like a lot. But apparently Vic doesn't feel that way.
You guys have a great show here.
I was going to say, in the beginning we had a lot, but as the show evolves, we move so fast, we shoot, we just get the scripts and we sort of have to work with what we have on the page, and it's very fast.
There's also a point too where, when you start off as writers, essentially it's you coming up with the thing, but there comes a point during the pilot process and also over the course of 5 seasons where you have to, it becomes the actor's character. These guys are essentially not only, they're building the story each week, and it's something that is very much, especially in a television show, is like working with the actors to kind of build the role out. And sometimes we just see what they do. So when we see something that works really well in an episode early in the season, we begin to go after them. We begin to look for opportunities there. And that's something that it's always a communication back and forth between the cast and the actors. The only problem is that this show we do in 7 days. So it's a really fast turnaround. That's the amazing thing that we're able to do is not only produce it, but also to be able to communicate and try to tell a story in a in a really fun way.
I don't like to toot my own horn too often, but I will take credit for the appearance of Ronald Reagan in our show. Thank you for helping keep him in the show. Thanks. He gets credit for that.
Next question.
All right, this one's for Chris Fedak. That's my husband. We met at Comic-Con 2
She's
years
doing
ago.
her own panel down there.
I wanted to know, in past episodes, we see various Comic-Con posters and things like that in Chuck's room. Are we going to see an episode where Chuck is actually at Comic-Con?
I would love to do that episode. The trick is that we've actually thought about bringing a camera crew down for the Comic-Con to try to grab an episode to do stuff so we could actually get the scope of it. But I would love to do a Comic-Con episode.
I think she wants to be in that episode, actually. Next question.
We have time for one more question.
Don't worry, this is for you, Adam. So typically you play a character who can beat up anybody. I want to know who would win in a fight, Casey or Jane?
We are out of time. This is a challenge. Casey would win.
All right, well, open mic time, because this is the last opportunity. If you guys want to say anything to the crowd about their support over the years.
Love you guys!
This is a really amazing place for the Chuck Show. The show, we made it, but it was really kind of born here. That first screening was an amazing moment for all of us, and it's one of those things that we were all sitting in the back of that theater, and usually for TV people, we don't get a chance to watch the show with a whole audience. That's not something that happens all the time, and it was such a magical moment that, it was just an amazing moment for all of us, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the Subway sandwiches. Thank you for everything that you've done. Because it's the heart of the show. It's the fan heart of the show, and this show would not have been here without you guys.
We loved it too!
Thank you.
I echo everything Chris has said, and I've said that, I think, probably at length in spades before. You guys are just so epic. You're so epic. You're so awesome. Every single one of you. I love you too. Every single one of you, all the time and all the money that you spend on sandwiches or no, genuinely though, that you guys took time out of your day, you took energy out of your lives, you've been passionate about what we do, and again, I want to thank San Diego Comic-Con for believing in us 5 years ago and giving us the opportunity to be here, to even meet you, to even start that journey with you, and so thank you.
the cast and creatives of Chuck.